Hello and welcome to The Hero Spouse. I'm Kendra Ruth, here to answer one of your questions about marriage and midlife crisis. Today we have John. John has a bomb drop, which is probably February 1st, 2023, but he wrote 2026. But given how much time he's been on Facebook, the Facebook group, I'm going to say 2023, but it could be 2022, 2021. So John, sorry, I'm not exactly sure, but I think you've been in. And I could go back a little further and probably look, but I think it's been about 2 years. So date of marriage is 2004. And he says he's not familiar with energy levels or contact type. Really? Okay. We'll look into that. Okay. But he says the divorce has been finalized. She brought her new boyfriend over. He's on his second divorce with children from different women. And he has a criminal history, which includes domestic violence, drugs, and 61 citations for reckless driving. She's a high energy replayer. Right there. She's going for the bad boy. Okay. That's my guess. She moved back in the area to get out of child support. It says she moved back, not he moved. She moved back in the area to get out of child support. The boyfriend, and I don't know, it says with the boyfriend. So there's some, I'm not sure how that sentence, what the word boyfriend comes in with it. It says, I'm utilizing smart contact and giving the new relationship zero oxygen. When she brought him out, I didn't react to it. He couldn't look at me. He couldn't look me in the eyes and walked away without saying anything. September 21st of 2023, she ended up in the emergency room. And just so we know, there's some punctuation issues. It says September 21st of 2023, and then there's a period. So, but I'm assuming this is the date she then ended up in the emergency room. And then I'm assuming, though, that ends also with the period, that it says this is the anniversary of her mother dying from breast cancer in 2017. So I'm assuming that's also September 21st. I believe she's getting help and probably medication. She appears to be gaining a little bit of weight, but she still looks amazing. Please give me a good game plan for reconciling. I still want to put our family back together again. We have 3 boys, 17, 15, and 13. My one son is going to tell the judge he wants to live with me when we go to court next month. I'm assuming that this is she, but it's another typo. It says is. So is also, I'm going to say she. She also told me that her new boyfriend is a good guy. So first thing, if she tells you that in text, you're not really there to respond with anything other than laughing emojis back. Okay. If you are in person or even on the phone, you can go, no, he's not. You know he's not. And you can even point out all of these different things. Now, how do you know about these things? Is it because of a private eye or not? And I'm not saying you shouldn't know about them. You should. And, well, how do you know? Did you have him checked out? You can just say, yeah, I did, because he's going to be around my children. You don't need to be ashamed. It's not snooping. It's a good thing to do. Okay. If that's how you know. But he's not a good guy. Somebody who has citations for domestic violence. You can be on a second divorce. I mean, there are people in here that married an MLC, married somebody, got in the same situation we're in, and then out, and then second marriage, hit him again. Oh no, an MLC again. It happens. But he's on a second divorce, children from a different criminal history, domestic violence, 61 citations for reckless driving. 61. Wouldn't 1 be enough? Or 3 or 5, but 61. So, yeah, not a good guy. And so you don't have to go in there and go, no, I see that you feel that way. Don't even validate it. No, he's not. And you know that. You're just going for the bad boy. She is trying to be a high energy replayer. She's going for that bachelor party lifestyle. She's trying to go it for shock value. Okay. So a few things. We're going to go over your game plan for reconciliation. What was she like before this? What was she also like before you? Was she wild and then not wild? Just wondering. Was she, or was she always, did she get together with you so young that she wonders? And did she come from one type of background growing up, and has her adult life been another type of background? One side of the tracks to the other side. I wonder about that. What type of marriage did her parents have? And then look at this new boyfriend. Is there anything mirrored in her parents that is mirrored in him? Or in any of the other, because you said this is a new boyfriend, and of the other alienators that may have been a part of this, just out of curiosity. So next, we're going to work on our game plan. But your game plan, you can set boundaries and say, no, he's not a good guy. But you do it without emotion. You do it without sneering, without mocking. If you're doing it without smearing and without mocking, we're trying to be more factual, not emotional, rather than judgmental. There's still a judgment, but we're trying. So it is, no, he's not a good guy. You and I both know that. You can do better. You're so much better than this. That's the part. Okay. And then you go on. Because you're going to have to draw some boundaries that are really strict while also showing grace. There's a lot of things that are going to be seeming some discongruencies. Boundaries. Hard line of, hey, this isn't safe for my 13-year-old. There's going to be a point where the boys get older and they're going to be of the age where they can say it's okay. They are an age. But at certain ages, you have to be a little bit more protective. Okay. And she's going to he's a bad guy. He's trying to keep us apart. It's going to be all about how your fault. You're the bad person. You're standing between me and my sons. You're alienating. You just don't want us to be together. You just don't want me to be happy. Okay. And so she's going to see you as the enemy. And yet there are some things where you have to do that anyway. And then the other part of you is still supposed to be grace and supposed to be accommodating. You want everything rooted in empathy. And it is difficult. We still root in empathy as we're setting those boundaries. But she might not notice that and see that. Because the game plan for reconciling right now isn't what you think it is. It's not an active idea of getting toward reconciliation. Right now, especially if the divorce is finalized and if this finalization is new, I want you to work on this adjustment for you, for the boys, for her. Work on being grace. Work on getting those boundaries set. Work on whatever needs to be done to protect those boys. But see what also needs to be done to protect her from a distance. In other words, he has domestic violence in his history. Is she safe? Does she know she can come to you? That's what I'm concerned about. Do the boys know they can come to you? Do the boys know they can come to you? Not just about themselves, but, hey, Dad, we're really scared that Mom's not safe. Can you help us? We're afraid for Mom today. We're afraid. What can you do? And sometimes you can't do anything other than be there and available, but what can you do to let her know? You know what? Hey, I get it. I'm the one you hate right now. But this person you hate, I'm still willing to be your safe place. So if you ever need a safe place, if you are ever in danger, you can call me. Okay? If you're in danger and you think somebody's going to hurt you, you can call me. Okay? Because I don't want anyone hurting you. Ever. That's where you're going to start. Okay. Right now, it's not, she is on her way far, far away from you. She doesn't have this idea, especially the newer a divorce is. And so your marriage is in that box. Okay. It's preserved. And I want you to do what you can for the healing here because she's an escape and avoid. And she's going to continue to escape and avoid for a while with this kind of high energy boyfriend. Okay. And you've got boys. So she's at least a boomerang. And if she has a connection to you, if she's connected to you, especially in positive ways, if she needs some sort of reassurance from you, she's clinging. And then you need other forms of boundaries with her as well. But always giving her reassurance. You're still there, but you're not really there. Because, hey, what about your boyfriend? But you say it calmly. Not, what about your boyfriend? You left me for him. That would make me feel mocked and not good. But what about your boyfriend? I understand that you need something. Maybe it's some sort of home maintenance. Okay. She's calling, hey, can you help me with this? It's like, well, yeah, what about Roger? You needed the oil changed, and I've been doing that for you. I know we go to, places to do that, Jiffy Lube nowadays, but does he know how to do that? Because right now, you fired me from that job. When you divorced me, you fired me. So I'm not going to do that for you anymore. There are places that you can pay to do that, or you have a boyfriend, ask him. Some things you have to say no to. If there's an emergency, even then you have to say, what kind of emergency is this? You have to leave her to herself. Do not rescue her unless it is an actual real rescue. She is in physical danger. And then call the cops. Okay. But I want her to know that she is safe with you. That's how you do it right now. Now, as the situation progresses, you can add more things to your game plan for reconciling. But I don't want them in the game plan yet because you have to see how it fleshes out so far, because different strategies and tactics will come up depending on how it goes. Right now, your game plan is about healing you, setting the boundaries, and setting up that you are a safe space for her if she is in an unsafe position. If she's unsafe, that means a true time of need. Not, hey, help me, I'm a lady in distress, but help. Somebody is trying to hurt me. I'm afraid for my life. That sort of thing. I don't know where to go. And when she does that, you still have to be very careful. Let's say you come and get her because she's afraid of him. And he's left the house, but I'm afraid he's going to come back. I'm hiding right now. I'm afraid he's going to come back. And you come, you sweep her away, you take her to your apartment. She's going to be really vulnerable. Be careful. Don't let you need to put an intimacy boundary right there. And I'm not even talking sex. There is a vulnerability there, and she's going to want to reach out for that. Don't. Be gentle with her, but be platonic with her. You get, arms and hugs, but not more. Not kissing, not more. Just, you know what? It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Because you don't want this rescuer syndrome. You don't need that. So you need these boundaries. Right now, I think it's going to be about boundaries. She is looking for a fun time with somebody who's very dangerous. And what does she do when she needs safety? I don't know, but it might be going to somebody who's safe, going to a safe rescuer. And we don't really want that, even if you think you do. But if it's a true need, your game plan for now, for this phase, for this piece of it, boundaries and healing. Okay? I know that's not the game plan you want yet, but in a year, 2 years, then you can add different things or change that game plan up because you'll have moved through it, that phase of the game plan. Okay? So let me know what other questions you have. I hope this is helpful. I want you to slow down. That's for everybody out there when you're thinking about the game plan. We slow down. You have an agenda. These things take time, okay? So I will see everybody in the next question.